Oh, yo. So, welcome to Lunch with Steel, back at it in the white Vans or red shirt, whatever you want to call it. Look, I just watched a video. It's crazy how sometimes social media could just be like a motivational piece for you, man. You know what I mean? Because I started this whole Lunch with Steel thing just to kind of be consistently get my voice out there. Talk about the things I like to chop it up about. Typically, it's more so centered around gaming. But I had literally just watched a video because I was debating on even doing a video today. Because we just did our show, Live a Split Screen, gaming podcast, talking about everything going on in the industry and stuff. And I was like, man, I don't know what I really want to talk about today. You know, it being Sunday, going into Monday. And just didn't have too much on my mind, man. But I watched this video and it was like, look, every time that you open TikTok, make a TikTok. And, at first I was going to ignore it. But then something in the back of my mind was just like, post. Do it. Why not? What hurts, man? Like, chop it up. Just talk to the people, man. See what's up. Be consistent. Be consistent. Something I gotta definitely be better about, man. Consistency just across the board, whether it be, things going on behind the scenes, whether it be me or the social media brand. Because again, I do see, what I'm trying to do as a brand, right? S7, I want to get it on shirts. So, I've been talking about for some time, but I want the S7 Superman. I'm not even a Superman fan, but I want the S7, the logo, the branding, for it to blow up. I want Live a Split Screen to blow up, And just because I believe people should lean into things that they're passionate about, that they care for, that you want to discuss, man, And I know this week's been heavy for a lot of people. Really, the last few years, it's just been heavy on people, man, right? Layoffs, COVID, sickness, loss, just a lot that's going on. Mental blocks and stuff like that. I'll be frank, I have a lot of that, right? And just mental blocks, things that kind of keep you still, you know what I mean? I was somebody who used to chief all the time, you know what I'm saying? Blowing down, smoking, you know what I'm saying? And as much as I don't necessarily see that as a negative thing, kind of swapped over to Delta 8 and stuff like that. I would consider kind of vaping again in that way. And even that, because I had stopped, because the wife was going through some stuff. And I wanted to be supportive, and I've always seen myself as, I don't even know why I'm feeling, I'm feeling the way right now for some reason, man. It's just a lot, man. You get into your mental state, you get into overthinking about things. You get into just wanting to constantly be better, man, Do better for you. Do better for your family. Do better for the people that you reaching out to. It's a blessing. Having a show with somebody who has become a brother, well, I would consider a brother to me, right? My brother Pong, who I do the show with, Live a Split Screen every Saturday, 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. UK time for those that's interested. Somebody that I could chop it up with, and he's an older dude, man, and even he's got his own stuff going on, going through life changes and challenges and stuff, man, and it just kind of, sometimes you gotta sit back and remind yourself, all of this stuff is just, not everything needs to be overly serious, not everything needs to be over the top. Again, that was kind of the whole concept of me even doing this whole Lunch with Steel thing. To not be so serious and over the top, right? I was about to pull out the mic and everything, and it was just like, just giving yourself reasons not to. And maybe this would be the step in the consistency, Maybe this would be the thing that helps be that springboard. And if anything, maybe this would be a motivational piece for anybody out there. Work on your social brand. Work on the things that are important to you. I've had people for ages tell me, yo, Steel, you got this kind of voice, man, and you ever thought about doing these things? And I always give myself reasons like, I just don't know. I don't know what y'all hear that I'm not, I hear it, and I know I got the knowledge, and I know I got, I haven't put all the things into practice, You know, I even considered being a car salesman because I was like, oh, maybe that'll get me in the door, you know? Because I really want to change my family life because, you know, we could be so much. I just feel like I could be in such a more significant place than I am right now, just from using my voice alone. And I know it takes work. I know it takes effort. I know it's a challenge. And be honest with y'all, whoever listening, as somebody who's trying to fight back tears right now, just seeing life kind of play through in my own mind. It's something I'm working through on a daily basis. You know, whether it be the trauma, whether it be the mental fights, the gymnastics, as some people like to call it. Nothing wrong with being vulnerable, right? We live in a society now that in one way it's kind of shamed upon, and on the other side it's like, oh, you need to be more vocal, and I find it difficult in times, man. You know, as a man raising a house full of girls, a house full of women, trying to make sure they on game. You know, they got having their own challenges, and seeing how you know the world is going. It's a challenge, man. You know, growing up and seeing, like, damn, you know, seeing what your parents are going through, and then you saying, man, you know, by the time I get to that age, I want to be here, and you know, I feel like I'll have all these opportunities, and then the world continues to evolve the way that it has. You know, whether it be AI or whether it be the tech industry, all the unknowns and stuff. Like, again, man, it's difficult. It's difficult. But again, I saw that TikTok motivational piece. Every time that you open the app, make a vid, talk to the people. There's somebody out there who can probably relate to you, feel what you're saying in that moment, maybe to help impact them. You know, I'm somebody who I don't think I could save everybody. You know what I mean? I do in some ways believe in natural selection, and I don't mean that in a super negative way, but in a lot of ways it's like we all have to be somewhat responsible for ourselves and where we're at in the moment, and just kind of be honest and just be real. I mean, this is far off from getting into anything gaming, but again, saw that video, thought it was motivational, and hopefully I can motivate somebody out there. Hopefully I can be consistent on the motivation. Hopefully I can, you know, reach the audience that I'm meant to reach at some point. And even if I'm not, hopefully I can look back on this in a decade, 10 years from now. I'm 32, about to be 33 this month. That's another thing that helps you reflect, kind of just look back on things. 10 years from now, where am I going to be at? 10 years from now, where do I want to be? What do I need to do to get there? And a lot of it can just weigh heavy, man, you know. In a lot of ways, I felt like the opportunities where I had to be, where it was mentorship was maybe available to me, I had people and things working against me, you know. But again, how much can you put on other people when at the end of the day, you have to be in control of your own fantasy. You have to be in control of your own path, your own life. So, again, every time you open the app, every time you open social media, create content for yourself. Let it be a diary. Let it be a vlog. You know? I mean, I do believe in not putting everything out on the table. Like, oh, my baby mama drama. Like, I think, oh, that's corny and it's too much. But end all be all. If you liking the energy, you liking the voice, you know, this one was a little bit more heartfelt maybe. But with that, I'm going to continue to push it, man. More content coming, more gaming stuff coming. Again, I believe in the direction that I'm going in, and I'll continue to work on me in the background, you know. So with that, much love. Y'all be stay safe, and we'll catch you in the next one, man. Yeah.